cutting pretty good. All right, y'all, we've got a 40-volt chainsaw here from Teccpo. We're gonna do an unboxing real quick and an assembly. See what we got here. I've been wanting a 40-volt chainsaw for a good while now, and thanks to my friends over at Teccpo, they've sent me a 40-volt chainsaw. Wow, big owner's manual. That means there's lots of good information in there, right? Get this stuff out of here. One of the things I want to do in this video is to see how long the battery lasts. I want to see how long it takes to charge the battery. So there you got the battery charger. I didn't even tell you about this. This is your bar right here. Let's see, no chain in that. So there's your bar, and it's got a sheath for it to go in. You got your charger, 40-volt charger. Got a 40-volt battery. Let's see if it tells the amp hours on it. Oh man. You know what I like about this is 2.5 amp hours. So you know what I like about cordless stuff is that you don't have to worry about gas, you don't have to worry about cranking. All right, so here on the side, okay, it's only got one bar. Comes in the box with one bar there. I don't know if you can see that, but take my word for it. Get the chainsaw out of here. It's got a pretty good bit of weight to it. I've got an electric chainsaw, and I'm really digging it because, like I say, you don't have to worry about the gas. Where is the chain at? There's the chain. All right. You got the chain, the chainsaw, the place for the battery. There's a charger and everything. Let's put this old monkey butt together. If you don't know about chainsaws, I'm just going to give you a little once over on this before we get to putting it together. You've got a chain brake right here. This chain brake is when you get through using it and you put it on the ground or wherever you're going to sit it at, you turn the chain brake on, and that keeps the chain from moving if you accidentally hit the trigger. And the chain brake is for when you're sawing on something, it'll kick back sometimes. So you cut, it kicks back. It just hit that brake. That stops the chain so you don't come back and hit yourself between the eyes with a chain, you know? I'm gonna go through the owner's manual here real quick, and then we'll come back and put this together. That way I don't steer you wrong, because I know about chainsaws, but I don't know about this chainsaw. All right, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. This book, even as big as it is not a very good user manual as far as assembling. Let me show you how to assemble this chainsaw. First thing you want to do is take this orange piece right here and turn it counterclockwise. Okay. All right, we're getting it off. There it comes. The way this works is, you see this arrow right here. Do you see this minus and this plus sign? When you're turning this is a camber. This doesn't work like just a regular old chainsaw. This has to be right here. And what it does when you turn this black piece is it runs along that camber in there and makes your chain tighter or looser by moving this bar in and out. All right, Michael's going to show us here about how to tighten this chain, because you can see it's a little loose there, right?
And, it is brand new, so that these chains, every chain that isn't is going to stretch. So
there you go. Okay. Now you've loosened this up so you can, your bar will move. There you go.
Tighten this back there.
Yep. You don't have to worry about going and finding a chain wrench or something, you know, or a screwdriver.
And there you go.
My only thinking is, if you're going to change this blade, this bar, and flip it over like you're supposed to do, you will have to take this screw out and take this off and put it on this other side and put the screw back in. Every few hours of running this chainsaw continuously, you have to flip the bar over or your bar will wear unevenly. So your chainsaw moves in this kind of direction. So you want this to be going in that kind of direction when you put it on your bar like this. Now the next thing you want to do is, you see these little tines right here? These go up in the bar like this. Just like that. That's the way it goes. Just like that. Now you want to put this right here. See that? Right there. These little teeth right here on the inside of it ride inside this sprocket right here. You want this to ride up in here. Like that. Now you're going to take this and put it over top of this. And you want to turn this until it's tight. The chain's a little loose. You want to turn this Alright, now it's super tight. Too tight. Go back a little bit. Too loose. Alright, let's tighten this down. It does not come with oil. I've got two different kinds of bar oil. This came from Walmart. This came from Amazon. Also, I want to show you something real quick. This came from Amazon. There will be links in the video description down below, not only for the chainsaw, but the oil and the chain sharpener. So these two were mine. That's what I needed for my electric chainsaw, to move the blade in and out. This is a blade sharpening kit for the chain. I mean, it's got everything you need here to sharpen your chainsaw blade. So you got a minimum and a maximum. First thing you want to do before you ever use a chainsaw is put some oil in it. Chainsaw oil is not like regular oil. Chainsaw oil is a lot thicker. You don't want to overflow it. Not that it's going to mess anything up, is that it's going to make a mess. And before you fill this up after you've been using it for a while, you want to keep a paintbrush on hand, which is actually where I've got this stuff stored at in my building. I've got a paintbrush sitting there, and you want to keep that paintbrush with you as you're using your chainsaw, because before you fill this up with oil, you want to take your paintbrush and dust off this area right here, because you don't want sawdust to get down inside this reservoir. It's going to stop up where your oil comes out and oils your chain. You've got to have oil in this reservoir. The next thing I want to do is try this battery and see how long it takes to charge it for the first time, okay? Plug that in right there to a power source. We want to just slide this in here till it clicks. Let's wait for it to come on. Now it shows that it's charging. It is 5:51. We'll see how long this thing takes to charge. All right, 6:47. It has just got stopped charging. To get this out of here, you push the two buttons in on the side and pull up. The one thing you want to know about charging these batteries is when you get through cutting using the product, you can't just come in here and throw this battery in here. You've got to let it cool down for about 10-15 minutes and then stick it in there, or you'll get an error. So you want to take your battery, get down here where you see me, take your battery, pop it in here like that, pull this off. Make sure your chain brake is turned off, but you want it pulled back toward your hand. Push the button in here on the side, and now pull the trigger. Nice. 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 Very, very nice. Well, that's pretty good. Let's see what it does on a piece of white oak. Oh man. That's not good. We're out here with L&M Tree Service, and Michael Mims is gonna try this chainsaw out for the first time up in a real professional trying it out, not just me.
Hello, how y'all doing? I have used a lot of chainsaws over the past 27 years, 28 years, and I've never used a battery operated chainsaw before, so I'm kind of interested to see how this thing works. So, and all you do is just mash the button, mash the trigger, and it oils itself.
Yeah, it's got a self-oiler in it. Yeah. Or automatic oiler, yeah.
And it don't take off quick.
No, it ain't got no torque.
Trigger, it takes a minute for it to get back going.
It's got a real easy way for a homeowner to actually tighten this chain up. You just loosen this up, and this has a clicking system which clicks this way or that way to loosen and sharpen, tighten the chain up, which is pretty easy for a homeowner, you know, that's just going to use it every once in a while. So,
okay.
But
yeah, I don't know about using this up in the tree. Now it might be okay on the ground. Now, when we're up here cutting, we want something that cuts fast because sometimes these limbs, they'll swing, and if you don't cut all the way through them, they can swing back and end up on top of the house.
oh, okay.
Or fence, or over on the porch or something.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try a little saw out and see how fast it'll cut through, and you'll see this limb, how far it swings if it don't cut it off soon enough. That's all right. All right, now a lot of times we have to reach out and hold it, and it's hard to mash that trigger with one hand. And
Yeah.
you can't. I don't really think this saw was ever made to run one-handed. It's hard to hold it. Now these saws that we use are a lot different. But they got a lot more torque and a lot more speed. I wouldn't want to try to cut anything big with this saw up here for that reason, because it might swing around. You see how it died. So I wouldn't really be safe using it.
We're up pretty good ways too.
We're about 40 feet.
Yeah.
And but yeah, you want something that's going to turn a little bit faster up here.
Yeah. Well, it hadn't cut off while you're cutting yet. I figured that it would, you know.
I'm surprised. I mean, it's actually cutting pretty good up here. You know, as far as the homeowner saw, to tell you the truth, I mean, if you didn't have to cut anything big, I really...
Yeah, if you got storm damage around your house, or if you got a limb that fell off from
a fence or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad to cut it with.
Wouldn't be too bad. Trying to...
Somebody's not going. You know, the thing with me, man, about cordless tools is battery powered. Is someone like me, I don't use a chainsaw probably once every 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So the carburetor is going to be gummed up. This right here, if you got something uses the same battery, a bunch of different equipment, you can just pop the battery in and go. You don't have to worry about the carburetor or the gas line breaking in it. Or
another plus about it is you don't really have to have heavy earplugs.
No earplugs.
Unlike our saw, but yeah. But as far as professional me, I wouldn't actually buy this. But you know, somebody that's up in age and just needs something in case they got to clear their driveway or something, it might be all right. To be honest with you, I'm kind of impressed with it.
Yeah, I mean,
to tell you the truth, I mean, it's cutting through them limbs pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of impressed. I wouldn't want to use it up here in the bucket because I couldn't, you know, use it one-handed.
Yeah.
I'd have to always use it both-handed. But to cut through them limbs, I'm kind of impressed. To tell you the truth. On the ground, I think it'll be okay.
gonna go back at it again and see what it does down here on the ground one more time. So Michael's just going wide open on this. He's not letting off the trigger or anything. Look at that. Here we go in a bigger piece. I think that's what you call it, bushwhackers. Well, out of all that, man, that's the first time we did it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of impressed with it. It does pretty good. I didn't know if the battery was down or what. I'm pulling up pretty hard.
Okay.
So
the battery does have a button on it where you can push it and see the level on it.
Oh, it does?
Right here on top. So if you push this, it should show up the level of the charge on it. So it's still got 2 bars left.
2 bars.
Yeah.
We haven't cut a whole lot though.
I can't believe it hadn't cut off, Michael.
I can't believe it.
5-6 inches thick,
like
you know.
I say, I was pulling up pretty hard on it, so I would if I was a homeowner, I'd kind of be pleased with it.
Yeah.
Except for that.
Except for that, yeah. Like that.
I mean, if you, I guess if you were retired and you didn't really have nothing to do, you could probably sit there long enough to cut.
But for small stuff, it'd be great, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, for anything like limbs and stuff like that, when you see it, it's cutting pretty good, so kind of impressed with that. I would give this to my new guy.
Would you?
Yeah. Because he's not really gonna be cutting anything like that. If I just need him, like I'm trimming and need to get something out, if I just had it on the truck, I would probably.
You need to do something real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. You run out of gas.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see where it would actually be beneficial.
That's one thing, guys, I like about a cordless, a battery, is that if you run out of gas, you don't have to worry about going to the gas station to get more gas. You just pop another battery in. Hey, y'all, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And tell Michael in the comment section down below. Thanks for reviewing this chainsaw with me. Y'all have a good one now, and you come back.
Call 706-676-0466.